Hi guys, welcome to Neutral Perspective. And France have beaten Paraguay 1-0, and this game was dangerous, and this game it just felt like a rivalry. It was surprising because Paraguay and France are not really rivalry, but it felt more of a fighting match rather than a football match. And that's when it just felt like a reckless game. It didn't need, it's one of those games where it didn't need to be that reckless and dangerous, but it turned out to be one of those reckless games. And I'm surprised. I think Paraguay, they frustrated. Look at Paraguay, how they play. They frustrated France. And what they did is the same exactly how they frustrated Germany. When they played Germany, it was tough. When playing against Germany will always be tough in football. But the way they played, it was difficult for France to get something. The defense was like a wall, and it was forced to be reckoned with. It just felt like France had so many ideas. It's actually they had like a million ideas and like a million what doesn't work. And what made it perfect is that usually I'm not that type of guy who says that the best way to win a match is to use 5 at the back or 3 at the back, because unless you know the tactics well, unless you know how to play that tactic well, then obviously you're going to do well with that tactic. And what I love about Gustavo Alfaro was that he is 5 at the back because he trusts his defenders. You trust to use 5 at the back. And that's what struggled with players like Mbappe, Elise, Dembele, Barcola to do something. It's a tight wall to break because they relied on defense more than attack. But it just felt like they were relying the defenders or the midfielders to break France's legs, and vice versa. It felt dangerous to watch. It felt like I said, it didn't felt like a football match. It didn't felt like it was something out of friend. Yes, football can be dangerous, but what I'm trying to say is that if you're going to play like that, both teams are playing like that. Don't get me wrong. Both teams played reckless football. I've said this, during the game, at least they should have been red carded for his dangerous tackle. There was Cornet who made 2 challenges, and it was already been booked before the second challenge happened. France was lucky enough to be finishing the game with 10 men, because Elise and Cornet should have been out of the pitch. I feel like they both should have been out of the pitch, but the attacking wise, because France held the attack more of a attacking team, they had the better opportunities. I mean, look at the stats: 75% on stats by France, 24% by Paraguay, 0.15 on 0xG, 1.36 out of for France. Shots 15-5 by France. 5 shots on target, but because Paraguay, again, like I said, Paraguay's in it to the whole 120 minutes. But France, it felt difficult. It was so difficult for them to get something. It didn't feel like it didn't feel like they were like it was easy to be. I talked about the first challenge. You look at the first challenge and you look at the 4 players going up on Mbappe. It's stupid. It's like literally fighting. It was reckless. It was reckless the way they played it, because you could actually end the game with like 7 or 8 men. That's how dangerous it was. But I think that when are you going to learn that you can't be the Roy Keane, the Vinnie Jones of football when you start to fight and then you get reckless and you start to fight, but like at what cost? At what cost? I mean, he's in it to not get anything. He's in it to screw the game. Tanashev was ready to win the game, and that's what he did. He ruined the game. He made the game 10 times worse. Tanashev was poor because he could have stopped the game, but he didn't stop the game. He didn't do his job properly. He didn't actually learn how to do his job properly, Tanashev. And look at it, I mean, this was pathetic. Even Dembele landing on the goalie. It was both sides of physical violence was actually poor. I mean, you can even look at it. Yeah, you can even look at it. Yeah, there was an incident when Mbappe had the long ball. Yeah, he does handballs it. He could have handballed it. He could have hit the free kick, but again, he controlled the ball. Both teams I don't think you'll come into a game where you think this game's going to be ending up in a violent manner, but it did. It did end up in a violent manner. It just poorly executed way of ending a football match. I mean, even after the game, it was reckless fights going on, and it's pathetic. The penalty was a pen. Dewey got sandwiched. A triple threat sandwich. The foul, 100%. But then again, you go back to the Mbappe's one-on-one opportunity. That should have been a foul. I mean, the referee didn't really use his brains properly. It's piss-taking. I mean, I would have been the same guy who started the fight. I would have literally said, "Hey, ref, why are you doing this, man? You're basically ruining football." And then when you look at the penalty, Almiron's arguing, Simon players are arguing with the referee that it's gone to the point where the referee has no control of the game. It's 11 versus 11 where the referee doesn't have anything. He lost his cards. He doesn't know where the cards are. He doesn't know where or how he lost the cards. And the fact that he lost his cards, end off. I think that it was a disgraceful way to end the football match. Both teams are not going to get punished for what they did. But both teams ended the match with violence. Reckless. I mean, the challenge on Rabiot, reckless. By Cubas should have got a red card. So Cubas, Elise, Kone, straight away bang out of order, man. I'm finally saying Mbappe is trying to enjoy the fight. He's trying to aggravate him. He's trying to say, hey, you know what? I didn't remember I scored the penalty. I scored that penalty. What goal did you score? He did that. He's trying to aggravate the players so the referee can give red cards. It's tactically, he's thinking smart. Get rid of the reckless players and fight for your country. I mean, you'd rather be with 11 players than like 10 players. So I think that Mbappe was smart, was too smart for the game. And then Velasquez, fine. Velasquez, Cubas should have got a red card. And then Kone, Elise should have got a red card. So it should have been 9 versus 9. And I'm curious how that game would have ended if it was 9 versus 9. But again, reckless fouls. Bloody hell. Thanks guys for watching this video. The subscribe button if you're new. The next match is Brazil versus Norway. Gabriel versus Haaland. Peace. I'm out. Reckless, man.